You went to America?
Yes.
So what was happening when you guys were heading out to America?
So yeah, as I was stating before, my brother Harmony, he had established himself over there, and had worked on like major projects and stuff over there, and he kind of gave us the opportunity to come over there and kind of get a taste of what life is like on that side of the pond, and we were kind of thrown in the deep end, exposed, and I say deep end in the sense of like, you know, when you're coming from a place where you haven't met certain artists or you've just ever seen them, all you've ever done is seen them on TV, and then you kind of see them in the studio, it's just like, wow, you're real, or this person's real. And then, you know, there was a period where we were kind of very stagnant when it came to making music because the levels were so high over there. We kept on going, and we started building our own relationships, but it was mainly because Harmony had, you know, kind of given us the green light to always come there and learn and study and just basically better ourselves as producers. So it's kind of a bit of both, you know. We were over there working and being productive, but we were also learning and trying to find our own way.
Culturally, what was the difference in going to those studios over there to what you were used to in the UK?
Them guys over there, their work rate is ridiculous. Like, over here, you're used to having a session, and let's say you make a record and everyone gets hyped over the record and it's like, okay, cool, man, see you tomorrow. They're like, yo, let's go again. So at first, it was like a culture shock to us, like, oh, we got to do this again. So we've kind of like adapted that mindset here. But over there, they're just like, you know, if it's dope, let's run with it. That's why you get a lot of producers and songwriters that you've never heard before get big placements, because it's kind of like, you're dope, let's do it, let's get in again. And when you're hungry and your work rate is on top, it was shocking to us. So it was just like, okay, cool, we're about that, let's do it.
Yeah, obviously, Mo, with your brother being who he is, what kind of things, because as producers, there's always, it can be a bit technical with its splits, with its publishing. What kind of things do you impart to both of you guys about like what you lot need to look out for when you're actually producing tracks, whether it's for albums, singles, big artists, small artists? What kind of things did he give you the heads up on?
I think kind of like know the business.
Yeah, I think for him, his thing was making sure that we never made mistakes he made. And you know, one of the mistakes that most producers, just like ourselves, make is we go into the music business with our heart on our sleeves, and you know, we want to help everyone, but everyone doesn't want to help you. So one of the jewels he gave us was make sure your business is straight, make sure anything you do, it's contracted and it's done properly. And you know, like I said, it's always difficult when you're having to basically find the middle ground between, you know, they say there's a difference between the music and the music business, and you know, anyone can get in the studio. We can all sit down and make music and all jump around, but then when it gets to the nitty gritty of it, you know, you're gonna get people coming out of woodworks like, so bro, I was in the room and
that's 10%.
That's 10%. You're just thinking,
it actually does happen.
No, it does. It does.
The room gets a cut, isn't it?
100%.
Yeah.
Well, in certain
situations, it depends on who you're working with
and who's allowing
how
that
nice
to
the
happen.
artist, right, and how nice the artist is and stuff. So, in our situation, it was very much a case where, you know, he was just making sure that we didn't, should I say, get bumped in any situation that we found ourselves. And we have found ourselves in many situations, but again, it's always about how you, for us, how you begin any project, you know, as long as you can stamp out and say, this is what it is from the beginning. Because, you know, some people go in, like I said, with their heart in their sleeves, and then it's like, oh, let's work, and we get in and we do 5, 7, 8, 9 records, and then, so bro, do you want to, bro, I didn't know that was the case.
We didn't say that this is going to...
Whoa, what do you mean? Do you know what I mean? So it's just about, his thing was just being aware and making sure that, you know, myself and Mikey, we work very closely as a team and, you know, make sure that anything we do, you know, we always do it properly, we do it right.
Are you able to simulate any of the situations, but without saying who the artists were, so that people can look out for that?
Mate, there's been many situations.
That situation. So basically, we're working with someone, and
I'm trying to remember.
I'm trying to say it without mentioning any names, but a writer was involved in the room, and they basically contributed stuff in the session, but didn't get used. So all the ideas, melodies and stuff didn't get used like at all. Like there's evidence, and what we do is keep like when you're in a session, you're doing melody guides or whatever. We keep everything so you can see that we're not freestyling or lying and say it wasn't used. So we didn't hear from them for like 6 months. Then the record was about to come out, and we got an email. Oh yeah, so I heard so-and-so's song's coming out. I'd just like to talk splits. We're like, oh, you're live. Oh, okay. And there was like a big argument to, yeah, well, the record wouldn't be how it was if I wasn't in the room. But we're like, you didn't contribute to this idea. And then to the point where they lied and said, oh, well, the person that came with me also contributed, so they're under me. So, and just got all messy to the point where it was just like,
and in the end,
it didn't work out for anyone. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And we're strong believers in energy. You know what I'm saying? And like your spirit, in quote, if you put out good and you have good intentions, it will happen. And that showed to us that, yeah, it's a dog-eat-dog world. People are just trying to get on. People are literally trying to claim whatever they want. And, that's a very, very big lesson to us.
So. Just closing off on that part, how did you guys feel afterwards, though? Because you probably felt like, yeah, we're cool with this person, whoever they may be. And how it changes like that.
It changes a lot of things, because with us, like, we're very hands-on in terms of keeping a relationship with people we work with. Like, it goes beyond the studio. Like, it's, yo, how you doing? How's your week? If you've spoken to someone and they're maybe, let's say, pregnant, how's the pregnancy going? But with that situation, it kind of was like a blow to the face. But, you learn from that, okay, so this is what you're about. This is how we're going to have to deal with the situation, I'm afraid. So, like I said, you never lose. You win and you learn, and we learn from that. We learn from that.